Hey guys, welcome back to Riches. In this captivating video, we dive into the shocking fraud perpetrated by one man. Bernard Lawrence Madoff was born on April 29, 1938, in Queens, New York City. He grew up in a middle-class family where he experienced a relatively normal childhood. While details about his early life are limited, it is known that Madoff displayed signs of intelligence and an entrepreneurial spirit from a young age. Raised in a close-knit community, Madoff attended Far Rockaway High School, where he developed a strong work ethic and an interest in finance. During his teenage years, he took on various odd jobs and even ventured into entrepreneurial pursuits, such as running a successful lawn sprinkler installation business. These early experiences taught him the value of hard work and financial independence. Madoff's childhood laid the foundation for his later success in the financial world. His experiences instilled in him a drive for financial independence and a fascination with the world of investments. These formative years would ultimately shape his path and contribute to the complex web of deception that he would later weave in his infamous Ponzi scheme. After graduating from Far Rockaway High School, Madoff went on to attend the University of Alabama before transferring to Hofstra University in New York. It was during his time at Hofstra that Madoff's interest in the stock market ripened, igniting an obsession that would shape his future. Armed with a degree in political science, Madoff began his journey in the financial world. He initially worked as a lifeguard on Long Island but quickly realized that his true calling lay in the realm of investments. In 1960, at the tender age of 22, Madoff founded his own firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, which would later become the stage for his elaborate deception. As Madoff's firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, gained traction, its initial focus on market-making activities proved instrumental in establishing Madoff's reputation as a skilled and trusted figure in the financial industry. Market making involves facilitating trading by providing liquidity to the stock market and buying and selling securities to ensure smooth transactions. Madoff's expertise in this area earned him respect and recognition among his peers. Building upon this foundation, Madoff gradually expanded his business to offer investment advisory services. Clients seeking lucrative returns were enticed by the prospect of investing with someone who had already proven his capabilities in the market. Madoff capitalized on his track record of seemingly consistent profits to attract a diverse range of investors, including wealthy individuals, celebrities, and charitable organizations. With time, Madoff's firm became synonymous with reliability and success. The allure of his investment advisory services grew, drawing in clients who sought to benefit from his reputed ability to navigate the complexities of the financial markets. Little did these investors know that behind the reputable facade, Madoff was constructing an intricate web of lies, a Ponzi scheme that would shatter lives and ultimately expose his true nature as a masterful con artist. The expansion of his business served as a crucial stepping stone in luring in unsuspecting victims and perpetuating the illusion of success, making the subsequent fallout all the more devastating. Madoff's Ponzi scheme revolved around a sophisticated operation of false statements and fictitious investment returns. He promised consistent profits to early investors, relying on their word-of-mouth endorsements to attract new clients. With each new investment, the illusion of success grew stronger. A Ponzi scheme is essentially a fraudulent investment scheme where the fraudster, in our case Bernard Madoff, promises high returns to investors but doesn't actually invest the money as claimed. Instead, they use funds from new investors to pay off earlier investors, creating the illusion of profits. The scheme collapses when new investors dry up, causing financial losses for participants. Bernard Madoff's audacious scheme allowed him to steal billions of dollars from unsuspecting investors. He used a simple 8-step plan to defraud unsuspecting victims of their savings. Step 1. False promises. Madoff lured investors with the promise of consistently high returns, often claiming steady profits regardless of market conditions. His reputation as a successful and trustworthy figure in the financial industry helped convince individuals and organizations to entrust their money to him. Step 2. The elaborate illusion. Madoff created a complex system that gave the illusion of legitimate investments. He fabricated detailed account statements, trade confirmations, and other documents to make it appear as though his clients' investments were performing well. These falsified records gave investors a false sense of security and reinforced their belief in his expertise. Step 3. The Ponzi scheme. Madoff's fraudulent operation followed the structure of a classic Ponzi scheme. He used funds from new investors to pay off earlier investors, making it seem as though profits were being generated. This created the illusion of a successful investment strategy while no actual investments were taking place. Step 4. Lack of oversight. One key factor in Madoff's success was the lack of proper oversight. He exploited regulatory gaps and managed to fly under the radar of various regulatory bodies. His firm was registered as a broker-dealer rather than an investment advisor, allowing him to avoid certain scrutiny. Step 5. Secrecy and exclusivity. Madoff maintained a veil of secrecy around his operations, refusing to disclose his investment strategies or allow external audits. He carefully cultivated an air of exclusivity, creating the impression that investing with him was a privilege reserved for a select few. Step 6. Feeder funds. Madoff relied on a network of feeder funds to attract new investors. These feeder funds, operated by other financial firms, would pool money from their clients and funnel it into Madoff's scheme. This indirect investment structure helped expand the scope and reach of the fraud. Step 7. Continuous recruitment. Madoff's scheme relied heavily on word-of-mouth recommendations from satisfied investors. As earlier investors enjoyed seemingly consistent returns, they would enthusiastically refer friends, family, and acquaintances to invest with Madoff, perpetuating the cycle of the Ponzi scheme. Step 8. Failure to deliver. When the 2008 financial crisis hit and investors began to panic, they sought to withdraw their funds from Madoff's firm. However, he could not fulfill these withdrawal requests because there were no actual investments generating returns. The scheme unraveled, and the truth emerged. The effects of Madoff's actions were severe, resulting in billions of dollars in financial losses for investors, including individuals, charities, and institutions. Lives were ruined, institutions collapsed, and jobs were lost. The scandal exposed regulatory shortcomings and prompted calls for reforms. The effects of the scheme highlighted the need for diligence and transparency in investments, causing widespread harm and eroding trust in the financial system. Although Madoff had done serious damage, he was sentenced to 150 years in prison after pleading guilty to securities fraud, investment advisor fraud, and money laundering. His sentence reflected the enormity of the fraud and the extensive harm inflicted on countless individuals and organizations. Additionally, Madoff's assets were seized, including luxury properties and possessions, to help compensate his victims. A court-appointed trustee worked to recover funds and distribute them to eligible claimants. Madoff also faced lifetime financial restrictions, being forced to forfeit any remaining assets and prohibited from participating in securities-related activities. The punishment aimed to provide justice for the victims and deter others from perpetrating similar fraudulent schemes. The case emphasized the need for robust legal enforcement and regulatory oversight to safeguard investors and maintain trust in the financial system. So guys, that is the story of Bernard Madoff and the biggest fraud in American history. Please put your thoughts in the comment section and like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you enjoyed the video.